What if your walls could talk? What do you think they would be saying? What are they hearing on a daily basis in your own home? Now, I ask this question because it relates to our double portion this week, the Parsha of Tazria and the Parsha of Metzora. Now, there's lots discussed in both of these parashiyot, but one main theme is, of course, the concept of tzaraat, this particular infliction that either inflicted a person's skin, it could have inflicted their clothing, or even the walls of their home. Now, the Torah tells us, when it comes to the infliction on the walls of the home, something very interesting. The Kohen, the priest, who would usually investigate all of the three different inflictions, would come to the home and they would have to clear out their possessions outside of the home in order to allow for the Kohen to come and investigate whether this infliction was in fact tzaraat. But there's a really interesting Midrash on this. The Midrash tells us that the person, when they were clearing their possessions, previously, this person had been asked, do you have a lawnmower by their neighbor, had asked them, do you have a lawnmower to lend me? Do you have a hammer to lend me? And the person said, no, I don't have them. But all of a sudden, as they were forced to clear out their possessions onto the sidewalk, the neighbor then looked, hey, I see a lawnmower, I see a hammer. That person was selfish, they didn't want to lend it to me, and now I see the truth. I think what the Midrash is telling us is that although this infliction was physical, that they could see it on the walls, it perhaps was a reflection of what was going on in the home. Perhaps the home had got to a point, the family, the people in the home had got to a place where unfortunately they had become selfish. They had become self-absorbed. It was all about them. There was no longer any kindness. There was no longer any love being shared. And so that spiritual disease, if you like, that spiritual malady that was going on in the home now reflected and became apparent on the walls of the home. And now it required, of course, a cleansing. It required the people to rethink things. How are we going to change? How are we going to make our lives better? How are we going to be more kind and more generous? And so each day of our lives, our walls hear things. Our walls know the truth. Our walls hear the conversations we have with our significant other. Our walls hear the conversation, how we talk to our children, how we talk to our friends, what we say on the phone. And so today, as we reflect on the upcoming Shabbat, think about what it is your walls are hearing, because perhaps one day they'll be called to testify what it is that you were truly feeling and truly saying. Let us all learn from this. Let us all make sure that we're always cognizant of what it is that our walls are hearing. And please God, if they are asked to speak, they'll only be able to tell us positive, kind, and loving words about our behavior, about our own conduct, because that's how we have been demonstrating ourselves to the world, to those close to us, and of course, to our community. Wishing you a wonderful Shabbat, a Chag Atzmut Sameach, a beautiful weekend ahead.